Alright, so today is coming out, getting started on the tail section, and started looking over the book a little bit, and I was wrong about one wire, so start off with the video with that. So I know I mentioned I separated these three wires, one for the dome light and one for the third brake light. I misread the print on it. I just saw the third brake light at the end, not reading the rest of it. So this is for brake light power. So I'm gonna have to re-ravel that and run it back here with the other tail lights. So just run it back through this loom instead of separating it. So it's a little confusing. Like I said, I just saw the print, I saw the third brake light, so I figured that'd go in the back window. But it's actually power when you have everything separate. So with the lights on here, they're going to be separate from the turn signal and the brake. So you just got to separate them a little bit. So the orange wire will be the power to the brakes, and then that'll be a brown wire for, I don't know what the brown one's for yet, but so the orange one will need to be on the brakes, and then I'll get split off to this side also. So I'll have to splice that in, but I'll go over it a little bit more when I start doing it. I'm actually waiting for the elco to get dropped off right now, so he should be here about 10 minutes dropping off the elco. So after that gets dropped off, pretty sure I'll check out the car a little bit. But after it gets dropped off, I'll get started back on rerouting that orange wire. I think that's number 950 is the number that's on the wire. So reroute that one to the rear, and then I'll start figuring out the wiring on the wiring for the sockets on the tail section. So let's see. Yeah, I think it's just three wires. So I think the actual brake lights will get all three wired up. So it'll be the orange wire, the brown wire, and then a ground. And the turn signals, they'll just have, well, the left side will have the yellow, the right side will be a green, and then a ground. And the reverse lights will just have, will be split off already from the factory. I think they already have the split on there. Those are light green wire and then a ground. So I think all the sockets are the same. So on this one, I just have to determine which one's the brighter one for the turn signal. So I'll do the same thing like I did with the fronts. Throw a bulb in it and hook it up to the battery on the PT, and black will obviously be ground, and then just test the brown and the white to see which one's brighter, and then the brighter one will be the turn signal. And same thing with this. I think just two of them will be used. So not sure if I really need the bright one for the reverse lights, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, that's it. Like I said, I'm gonna hold off before I get started on anything, wait for the elco to get dropped off, and then we'll go from there. Still need to find a grommet for this, but it'll be alright. It'll be alright for now with the wire loom, but eventually I'll want to throw a grommet in there. But yeah, I'll put the camera down and cut you guys back on in a little bit. took the elco back home. Crazy thing is, fired right up, drove it off the trailer, but I'm pretty sure if I wanted to drive it any amount of time, it'd probably just cut off again. So it's gonna be here for a while. Get back to working on the Monte, but the elco is back. Probably spray it down a little bit. It's a little dirty, but it's not going anywhere till I go through the wiring on this one and see if I can figure out the problem, and then eventually just rewire the whole thing. But yeah, it needs it. But yeah, let me get back to the Monte. Alright, so I went ahead and I know I mentioned in one video, I might not even post it up now. That's what I'm trying to do, all this. Trying to space it out a little bit, but go over it as I go. So it's not those ones, it was these ones. These are for the dome light. So originally I had the brake light separated with these. I went ahead and unraveled it and ran the brake light, which is at 950, that other orange wire. It was 950. Yeah, at 950. So I ran that back to the tail section because it's the brake switch, or the brake light switch. Yeah, brake light power. So I originally had it split off because it also says something about their brake lights, and that's all I read on that wire. So that usually goes on the inside. But I had to unravel that one, ran it back through the tail light section. So it is back here. I did have to split it off because if you look at the diagram, it splits off to run to the other side. So did the same thing I did up front, just spliced it, or cut a slit in it, pulled some of the insulation back, and then put the other wire in there. And with these ones, I actually use the butt connectors with the solder in there, and I just did that and wired them off. So one of them's coming out of here, another one's coming out of this side. I don't have time today to actually install them. I gotta start getting ready for work, but I just want to give you guys an update on that. That's all I have today. Like I said, the video where I had the brake light power separated into the cab for the third brake light, I was wrong about that. I might not throw that video out. I'll go back and watch it, see if there's anything important besides just separating those wires or not. If not, I'll just throw this one up and just go over it. Like I said, it's gonna be a little all over the place because it's my first time doing it, so just trying to make sure I'm doing it right. If I have to go back and forth on figuring stuff out, so be it, but I'll try to answer as many questions as I have for you guys that I have along the way, because I'm figuring it out. It's not that hard, it's just a little time consuming. Make sure you don't mix anything up or miss anything, because really I should have had everything routed before I threw everything in the wire loom, but I wanted to keep everything somewhat organized, so that's why I went ahead and taped everything up and wire loomed it. So these wires I left a little longer, but I know I'll have room to move it around a little if I need to run it other places or whatnot. Same thing with here. I left it a lot longer for now because there's going to be 3 different lights in here, and then still have side markers also. So really, I probably could have split the side markers off already and ran those just straight down, but we'll figure it out. But like I always say, if you guys got any questions, let me know in the comments or hit me up on Instagram, and if I know the answer, I'll get back to you. If I don't know it, I'm pretty sure eventually I'll come across it and figure out the answer for you guys. But like I said, I got a call today. I wasn't able to get the sockets on here today. Might do it when I get home from work tonight or in the morning tomorrow. But that's all I have.